on it.
All of his song lyrics are like weirdly related to hard candy now. It's just...
If we go back and try to overanalyze it, we'd be like, oh wait, I think he's talking about Werther's Originals right there. What the fuck?
Yo, this is when he made the acquisition.
The acquisition.
Fuck this Tocaya.
Tocaya Organica?
Tocaya Organica.
Anytime I hear the name of it, it makes me think of fucking what's his name? John Legend. Yeah, from that fucking Postmates
That's
commercial.
Literally the only thing that I think about when I think about this place, man.
That's why my Wi-Fi password is what it is.
What's your Wi-Fi password?
Well, it's.
I don't think who's gonna hack your Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Who of you lives close enough to me that you can pick up my Wi-Fi signal?
There's no way.
No, so the Wi-Fi itself is Danny Trejo, and then the password is Canner's Deli with an exclamation point.
Yeah.
Because in the Postmates commercial, it shows Danny Trejo, and he just goes, Canner's Deli! And then it cuts away, and it's just, every time I see it, it's the funniest thing to me. So I told Megan, I was like, hey, when we move in together, that's our Wi-Fi password. That's the only thing that I'm going to be firm about.
Canner's Deli?
Yeah, so that's just what it is. So it's Danny Trejo 5G.
Damn, he could have used that as a plug for his own, Trejo's Tacos.
Yeah, I know.
He didn't.
And Trejo's Tacos are pretty fucking good,
Damn,
too.
my man. He just loves Canner's Deli.
Yeah, man.
All right, when this is all separate, it looks fire. But now the beans have it just looks like diarrhea soup.
That's kind of how I feel. That's why I'm like, I'm not going to fuck with the scrambled egg. I'm just going to... Oh, shouldn't have done that.
Oh.
Whoop.
Hey, guys. Welcome to episode 42 of the Lunchtime Serenade Lunch Podcast.
Dude, this is the answer to life. This is this episode.
Today we have... Oh, you're right. The answer to life, universe, and everything. Number 42. It also is Pie Day today. We didn't get pizza.
Oh my God, is it really?
Yeah, 3/14. It's Pie
Fuck.
Day. I didn't think about that until after we ordered
Missed
the food.
opportunities.
I know.
It's okay. We'll make up for it.
We got Tocaya Organica, which is like fancy-ass Chipotle. And pretty much, this is a burrito bowl with beans and chicken and, all the stuff that you typically get at Chipotle, but it's like locally sourced and whatever. Which
it's expensive.
It's very
That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah. it's the most LA shit you could possibly think of. Take an existing concept and then make it more expensive.
If this is John Legend's go-to, it's a little...
Yeah.
It's a little bougie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, hey, I'm chilling. I think, I would say that this is like a breakfast bowl of some kind just because it has like a scrambled egg in it, but I don't think that is the case. It's the protein bowl, and I got it with chicken tinga because chicken tinga is the fucking best, man. It's the best.
A little thing of chicken. I think it's just just the protein bowl, so I suppose they're just throwing more protein in there.
And there was an option for no protein. And I was like,
Can I just get the bowl, actually?
They literally just hand you like a porcelain bowl. All right, here you go. This is your bowl.
There was this new Mr. Beast video. Dude, I can't fucking stop watching those things. They're addicting.
They are, and it's weird because every time I watch it, I'm just like, there's really nothing here. There's no real substance to it.
It's the same shit every time.
Yeah, but I just get sucked into it. It's weird.
Same. And they had this challenge, and they ordered pizza from 3 different places, and then the first driver to arrive, they'd give them $10,000 as a tip or some shit like that. Just
dude, how does he have this much money? There's no way YouTube pays him that much money.
I'm sure YouTube pays him a decent amount. I mean, but he also has sponsors for every video, which pays a shitload. But his CPM has got to be super high because they're all family-friendly videos. His advertiser range is, he's not limited to a certain type of advertisement, not limited to a certain audience.
Fair point. That makes sense.
Those children, family vlogs or whatever, their CPMs go up to 20 or 30, which essentially means per million views they're making $20,000 to $30,000, and they get tens of millions of views.
That's insane, dude. Holy shit! I never thought of it like that.
It's fucking bizarre. So I'm sure his is pretty high.
Dude, we should just start making family vlogs.
I know.
Let's just have a family together.
Let's have a family,
and then just make some vlogs.
Absolutely.
We'll just make our kids do shit and say shit that's completely manufactured,
and
we'll rake in them
behind the camera. We'll make them do it 30 times in a row until they're crying.
Yeah.
And then we'll make the crying a part of the vlog.
Yeah, and then we'll go to jail for 20 years.
Yeah. But we'll have made a bag, dude. Our bail, easy.
House arrest, here we come, baby.
But anyways, they tipped him $10,000, and one of the guys ordered pizza with no cheese and no sauce. on the app, and then they called him to confirm. They're like, "Hey, do you just want bread?" And he's like, "Yeah." So that's what that reminded me of. I'll have
That's
a protein
really
bowl with no
funny.
protein. It's really good.
I'll have a pizza with no pizza,
This
please.
is great.
Huh? I mean,
I'll fuck with that.
that's the thing. Like, I saw a tweet that was like, find out like not everybody is like bougie. Like people think that people are like bougie solely because they like wear designer shit or whatever. But you know that like by wearing that kind of stuff, they're probably making concessions elsewhere.
Sure.
So it's like, okay, what is like your significant other like bougie in? Like they can be like food bougie. Okay. They can be clothing bougie. They can be travel bougie. They can be like alcohol bougie, like that kind of stuff. And it's like, find out which one they are
And shell out.
and get that going. Yes? Fuck, somebody found my mixtape.
God damn it.
Hey, track 3. No, post that one though.
This is the loudest street in the world.
Dude, I thought it had like already gone past.
No, I know. That you can start hearing them way back there.
It just kept getting louder. I was like,
bizarre.
oh my god. Damn, dude, did you factor that in when you picked this place to live?
Nope. I didn't think that this was such a busy street. Even though I lived on this street before, but my apartment wasn't right on the street. And now I have just this glass wall, basically, and I hear everything.
I hear everything.
Everything
Dude,
at all hours of the night.
You're the Batman of the street without any of like the positive impact that Batman has.
Exactly. Yeah, and the money. God damn.
And the money.
I'm
Oh,
literally
fuck.
just like Batman without any of the cool Batman parts.
Yeah. You know, if you think about it, like
Just a recluse.
Batman could have just like donated a bunch of money and made the city better, but instead he was just like, nah, I'm gonna be a vigilante. So like in reality, Batman is kind of a villain.
Dude, honestly, yeah.
Just some food for thought,
Kind
baby.
of. People hate billionaires so much, but you don't say shit about Batman, huh?
Yeah.
Seems kind of weird.
Eat the
Seems
rich.
like- yeah.
Batman is no fucking exception. Eat that motherfucker with a...
Fuck Bruce Wayne, dude.
Yeah,
I'll say it here first.
I'll tuck in a napkin so it's all like nice and neat and just shovel him in my mouth.
Yeah, straight up. Fuck Batman, dude. He easily. He spent so much money on toys for himself. And
Right?
Just like, oh, I'm gonna fight crime.
Yeah.
Right? Like, for what purpose, bro?
And he like funneled his own company's like money and like investments and stuff into just his own shit.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure has to be illegal.
Absolutely.
But hey, you know, it's fine. But then you got Clark Kent. Just a good old boy from
Samaritan
Kansas.
working at a paper company.
Yeah, just doing his fucking best. What a time.
So, DC fans, come get your boy.
Got fucking step up.
What's the deal?
What the hell?
I saw this, speaking of just corporations and shit, I saw this
Yikes.
really bad.
Oh no.
We got to talk about the Burger King.
Okay, I was gonna ask. I was like, is this the Burger King?
We got to talk about the Burger King tweet, but then I went on this whole rabbit hole, which we can talk about in a sec. What the fuck were they thinking?
Dude, I have no idea. You know that like that some guy in the marketing department was like, it's gonna be tongue in cheek. It's gonna be hilarious. People are gonna love it. They love memes. They love like subverting expectations. They love that shit. Then they threw it out there and just got eviscerated, dude. I was like, what did you think was gonna happen?
Women belong in the kitchen.
Yeah, like you had no build
If they
up.
want to.
Yeah, I was like, you had no build up to the punchline. You threw the punchline and expected people to like fill in the front end of it. That's not how jokes work. What are you doing?
Absurd.
Oh god, it's so insane.
If they want to be, it just sounds like, I know they weren't backtracking, but that's what it sounds like. Like,
Exactly.
It's just such a bad look.
Exactly.
Like every other KFC tweeted at him. Like all these people are like, yo fam, this ain't it. Like delete this tweet right now. And they're like, why would we delete it? It's drawing a lot of attention to like this important issue. And then they deleted the tweet 3 days later
Because it's drawing attention to it in the wrong way, my guy. What are you doing?
the women belong in the kitchen tweet got like 500,000 retweets or whatever. And then the one below it got like maybe a couple thousand.
That's funny,
So
dude.
it's like, bro, what are you doing?
Dude, no publicity is bad publicity.
The
Come
person
on.
who sent the tweet, I'm sure. Well, see,
that has
here's
to
the
go
thing.
through like a bunch of people, right?
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I mean, I really don't know. I don't know who okayed it. Like, I don't know. But I'm sure the person whose like phone it actually came from did not think it was a good idea. The person who's actually running the social media is like, they're like, this is not gonna hit, guys. But all the
like,
marketing
alright.
bigwigs who are not in touch, they're like, yes, that's good. And the person whose account the phone is actually on, they're like,
As his phone's just like blowing up with notifications. Dude, that's just gotta be so rough. Because like
so bad, dude.
there was probably like 100 people that went through. That they were just
my God, yeah.
We're going to do this.
Like,
we are going to do this.
A little edgy, but yes.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, that could have landed if there was build to it. Like, if they were just like, like, yada, 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 like, most of the chefs are men. Like, if they led with that second tweet, and then they're like, in conclusion, women belong in the kitchen.
You're like, oh, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, and but then, in that same tweet, link to the thing that they're going to and be like, this, and this.
Yeah.
Like, don't just throw the women belong in the kitchen, because that is...
so bad.
Obviously doesn't really fit.
And they deleted the tweet, but here's the thing, dude. They had that same campaign in print.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Just like huge headline, women belong in the kitchen, and then like right under it, like smaller font, like part of our, national motivation.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, they had a shitload of print ads.
Oh, that is so rough. Dude, how much money do you think that cost them for them to pull all that?
Oh my God, so much.
Oh,
so much.
If you're rolling that out like nationally, dude, or internationally even, bro.
Yeah.
That's millions of dollars.
Easy.
Just
easily
out the door.
Millions. It's so,
holy shit. How can you absolutely look at that whole campaign? Someone brings you a mood board. Someone brings you, their outline, their thought process. They're like, all right, we can go in this couple of directions. It's just fucking, what's his name? Don Draper.
Yeah.
He's just like up there like this with like the thing behind him.
Yeah.
And it's just, bro.
So bad.
There's so many people went through that process for them to be like, yeah, let's do that.
Corporate accounts, like corporate social media accounts though, are just like the worst. Like Wendy's is one of the ones who like maybe does it right. They understand the trends and they're like hip with like, what's going on.
Because Wendy's is the best fast food restaurant.
Wendy's fucks, dude.
Wendy's fucks.
I love Wendy's.
We should get Wendy's next week.
We should. I haven't had Wendy's in years, dude.
Same, actually.
I love Wendy's. But yeah, they're like every other, like there was a Sunny D tweet a while ago. I think it was like a couple years ago. It was 2019 actually. It wasn't even that long ago.
God.
It was literally like after the Super Bowl. And Sunny D was like, I literally just can't do this anymore. Like trying to be relatable and quirky about like, people who are like depressed and shit. But they're like, I can't do this anymore. And then Moon Pies tweeted at him like random, right? They're like, yo, if you need anything, like hit us up, XOXO Moon Pies. Like just too, like dark as fuck, right? So they're using, like, they're trying to appeal to the masses of like people who are depressed and have like dark thoughts by tweeting shit like that in order to sell their sugary ass drink, dude, and their fucking moon pie sugary. It's just it's like the most dystopian shit.
Why couldn't they have
ever
gone
heard.
with the whole like, oh, I heard you want the D. Well, I got the Sunny
right?
D.
Yeah,
like why not that? Like that's funny.
Like still edgy, but like not like using depression to try to like sell your fucking. It's so shitty, dude.
That's so weird.
So bad. It's so bad. But there's a bunch of. I took a couple of screenshots of just like shitty corporate tweets, dude.
I liked how when kind of corporate Twitter like started becoming a thing, people were like, yeah, this is funny. Like, they're trying to be hip and like market to the right people, and then it just like got to be too much, and people were like, you need to stop, and they're like, oh, keep going, go faster, go with more, okay, we got you, and then they throw all this shit out and they're like, that's not what we wanted.
God, it's so
this
bad.
Isn't what
we
we asked for.
Clean up their own mess, and it's just like,
that's not what we ordered.
So bad.
I got a fucking Whopper Jr. with French fries. You gave me fucking chicken nuggets and like some weird slop.
A side of misogyny. Like what the fuck, bro?
Like that's not what I fucking asked for.
Order the misogyny. Take it back.
I wanted fries.
Fire the line cook.
Get him the fuck out of here, and then you, Mr. Manager, take his place because you're so fucking good at your job. Why don't you just take over, huh?
Oh my god, it's so bad. Just like. There's this one, the best part is like when they don't understand the hashtags.
Oh god.
There's this one tweet from DiGiorno's Pizza.
Oh no.
From 2014. There's a hashtag going around.
Twitter was around for 3 years at the time.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
There's a hashtag about domestic violence. Hashtag why I stayed. Like
and DiGiorno's gonna do this?
But they didn't understand the hashtag, but the hashtag why I stayed was like, oh, I literally, like, it's about why people feel trapped in abusive relationships when, like, other people are, like, from the outside, it's so easy to be like, why don't you just leave, whatever, right? So this hashtag is bringing awareness to, like, how difficult it is to get out of a relationship like that, hashtag why I stayed. And DiGiorno Pizza tweeted, hashtag why I stayed, you had pizza. It's so fucking bad, dude.
Dude, like, here's the thing, too.
God.
You can do 5 minutes of research.
Yeah, literally click the hashtag.
Yeah, and realize that
and
that
all these other ones are like,
good one.
I couldn't face the fact that blah blah blah. Like so many courageous people sharing their stories, blah blah blah, and it's just like, you had pizza.
That would have taken 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And that whole
Easy.
marketing department would have been
Easy.
like, yeah, man, don't do that.
Easy.
Holy shit. Like, just the severe oversight
Yeah.
of, like, some of these accounts is just so funny. Where
Yeah.
they're just like, they just didn't do the basic amount of research. And, like, I feel like that's kind of like a problem with like social media marketing as a whole, because like it's always about, you know, being first and being fast and like getting it out there like while the trend is still hitting, right? Like you're just shooting from the hip, like you're not taking the time to actually aim for what the fuck you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Where like, you know, advertising campaigns back in the day, and I mean even still most of them nowadays are like, you know, long thought out designed processes that, you know, typically can take months to do, where now it's just like, all right, we got to get it out in like 3 minutes.
Like, oh, there's a trend, like hop on that shit now.
Exactly. And like because of that, they don't do the research that's necessary, and you end up with this shit, and it's just wild to watch it happen in real fucking time. It's so weird.
Bad. The corporate 9/11 tweets too, dude.
No, what?
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen this.
Build-A-Bear workshop.
Tweeted on 9/11.
We will never forget, and then a picture, like they had a camo bear wearing camo. CVS.
Wait. Oh,
we will never forget.
That's too much camo, man.
So
where's
bad.
the bear?
Where's the bear, bro? What's just a picture of a flag?
Yeah, you're just saying we will never forget. Like, cool, thanks, man.
CVS
Sick.
Pharmacy. We remember, right? But then they had a picture of the two beams in the sky. But then they're like, hold up, let's put our own branding on that shit.
Oh my god,
Let's
dude.
just slap a CVS logo on the bottom of this fucking iStock photo image.
It would have been even funnier and like more shitty if they took like the beams and made the beams spell out CVS. Oh, that would have been so funny. That would have been so shitty.
Fucked, bro.
Dude, they would have been like, they would have gone nuclear. Like nobody would get in on that anymore.
Holy shit.
Oh god.
Wow,
That is
bro.
rough, man.
Yeah, just corporate Twitter is just so disconnected. Like it's just like
Which just is how corporations are, man.
yeah. I mean, they have all these out of touch like older people who make shitloads of money, and they're just like media, social media. Oh, sure.
I know what the kids want.
Yes, they want depression jokes
And they want their stick and pole.
yeah. It's so like.
The fucking like, what is it? It's like stick and hoop. Stick and hoop. They're just like running around like that.
That's so fucking funny.
They want their Model Ts.
They want their jacks at the soda fountain. Play jacks.
They want their 15-cent milkshake and their $3 cheeseburger. And they're like, sir, we sell all of our cheeseburgers are $15 and up.
What?
Oh, what? When did that happen?
How much could a banana cost? $10?
Dude, that meme is so funny to me because like it's applicable to like everybody.
Yeah.
Like it's mostly obviously for the people who are like out of touch at that point.
Yeah.
But there's so many times where like I look at something and I'm like, that's like $50,000. There's no way it's not, and then it's like $300.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm like,
how much? There's no way.
yeah, I was like, what?
So
and it's always
funny.
like terrifying when you make that
Yeah,
assumption and
I
like
know.
you like it comes back in something vastly different than what you thought. It's just
You're
like
what the fuck? It's
Yeah.
even weirder when it's the other way, when you're like, oh, that's what, a couple bucks, and then it's just like fucking like 300, and you're like, why?
It's like looking like an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
And you're just like, that's like what, $70?
What, it reads your heart rate and shit like that?
It's like $500.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
And you're like, ah,
You're
what?
like, why? Ew, get away from me.
Still
Gross.
want one, but
Yeah.
like
but not as much anymore.
fucking square ass.
Out of touch. It's so weird. Being out of touch in any way is just so like, it's so jarring.
Yeah.
And it's so weird that these people don't feel it though. Like, you know, they're just out of touch and they're just happy being out of touch.
They're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep going with it. It's fine. Like I listen. There's a podcast that I listen to from Wondery called American Scandal, and it's like they just they basically do like a whole kind of retelling of the scandal as it unfolds, and they like even play like the people in it. Like they do. They like make like reenactments of it kind of. And I just listened to one about Bernie Madoff, and like it was the whole thing, and it was like it started obviously when the housing market crashed,
right?
And then they started doing the Ponzi scheme to basically be like, hey, please give us money because like we're still fine. Look at it, it's fine.
Right.
And then it got worse, right? And so like thinking about it, I was like, that dude did that for like a full decade.
So long.
Yeah, like he just kept going with it and was like, obviously there was like had to be a lot of stress associated with it, but it's just like, at what point do you just look at it and you're just like, man, this is too far. That I just don't understand it anymore. Like we just let it go. It's just weird. Like you get to this point, obviously that results in a life sentence in prison. But like if you boil that down to like a normal ass person, it's just like how How do you not get to a point where you're just like, I'm in too deep. I don't know what the fuck this is anymore. It's just weird. Like, I just don't get how people can't have that realization. It's strange.
Yeah, or they're just like, I don't know. Is it that they can't, or is it just like they do and they literally can't escape? Like, I don't fucking know.
True.
What is it? Like, they feel overwhelmed or some shit? It's wild. Do we have 30 minutes?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. I've been doing this for 42 times, and I've already forgot how it works.
42 times.
Just gonna transition out of that.
A year ago yesterday, we got the celebrities rendition of Imagine.
Oh God,
It was a year ago.
do you think there's gonna be something else that like kind of like hits that?
No, that's peak quarantine.
They were just like, we're not doing that again, guys.
Yeah, holy
we're not
fucking
gonna do
shit,
it.
so good.
Oh God, that's so gross.
I found
That was out of touch.
that was out of touch.
That was real out of touch.
You know what else is out of touch? Drake is out of touch. I found a lot of screenshots from Drake, his Instagram. Dude.
Well, I mean, doesn't he also like just hit on like 16-year-old girls?
Yeah, he's
all the time?
fucking weird.
He's a weird dude.
He's a weird dude.
You can't be on Degrassi and like be well adjusted in your future.
No,
like that's just not how it works,
not.
man.
His shit, I don't follow him on Instagram, but apparently he posts weird shit with weird just like normal picture, maybe a little flexy on a fancy flight. The caption: 16 hours. Flight attendants can tell I'm off the shits. They's a whispering in the corridors. No, I don't want a magazine, but I will have a hot lemon scented towel. Thank you kindly. Guy next to me is pajamied down, head to toe. We haven't even been on here for 4 minutes. That boy clearly excited about the Comfy Lux sleepwear. I'm gonna try to discover something about myself on this flight. Thoughts brought to you by the Shaky Warrior. Pill emoji. Bro, I'm gonna try to discover something about myself on this flight. That's the most like entrepreneur shit I've ever heard. Like, yo, y'all are taking naps on flights. I'm actually checking the Forex and I'm like on the forums and shit.
Most entrepreneur shit of this though would be like if the background was like an advertisement in like the fucking airport. And he just like took the photo of it and was like, let me come up with this short story real quick for my Instagram caption.
Flight attendants can already tell him off the shits.
Like, what shits, man? What are you talking about?
What does that mean?
Xanax?
I guess.
16 hours? Bro, I'd want to knock the fuck out immediately.
Thoughts brought to you by the Shaky Warrior.
Who's the shaky warrior?
I think he might be the shaky. Why is he the Shaky Warrior?
Why is he shaky?
I don't know.
Why is he a warrior?
Man.
What's he fighting?
Does Xanax give you the shakes? I don't fucking know.
Does it just fuck you up like
you
beyond
had a fucking
recognition?
Shamrock Shake from McDonald's?
Oh my god.
Watching Back to the Future all day with Michael J. Fox? What's the deal? Oh god.
That would hurt a little bit. That hurted. No. Oh dude. Who, bro, what do you think? What do you think is going on?
I don't know, dude. I don't think he consciously wrote this. I think he was just zooted. I don't know what the fuck happened. And then
he was already 30,000 feet in the air when he was typing that.
He's like, it's only been 4 minutes. They're like, we're about to land. We're like, whoa, no way.
He's like, oh man, I
discovered something about myself. I can time travel.
I think I like the red Andes mints more than the green Andes mints. Fuck, I already did it, man. And just sits back.
I have done my life's work on this flight. Fucking insane.
He records like one of his entire albums on his phone, like as he's just sitting there. The dude next to him's just like, what the fuck?
The guy who's pajamied from head to toe. He's like, can you fucking keep it down, bro?
Dude, I am absolutely using pajamied. Like in my everyday life.
Yeah, it's so good.
Totally doing
I'm pajamied up, bro. It's Sunday afternoon.
I'm just wearing my underwear.
Got my pajamas on.
Just pajamied the fuck up, dude. No one can come in this shit.
Jimmy Jam just fucking ready to sleep.
Oh my god. Dude, this guy. Holy shit. He's like what? Like 30?
I think he's almost 40.
Wow.
Actually, I don't know. Hey Siri, how old is Drake?
Comes up with Drake Bell.
Drake is 34 years old.
Okay, he's 34.
Okay.
He's 34.
Right. Yeah.
His story, his Instagram story.
Oh god.
I had a crazy few days where I feel like I can't win. Then I just opened a Cherry Jolly Rancher and it dropped on the floor of the car. Then I looked in the pack and realized that was the last cherry one, and it summed up a series of tough moments, and I felt like, okay, I get it. This is why I take L's. I gotta take L's in sequence. And then I turned on my iPhone light and realized a watermelon was a cherry, so I got one. Blessings to all. Y'all, it's always... Blessings to all y'all. It's always there. You just gotta find it.
So wait, the cherry Jolly Rancher was wrapped in a watermelon?
No, I think he just looked in the bag and it was dark enough and he thought there were no cherries left. And then when he turned on his light, he saw that one that he thought was a watermelon was actually a cherry.
Okay, first off,
whoa,
Drake, Watermelon is the best Jolly Rancher flavor.
Yeah, what cherry sucks, bro.
It falling on the floor is actually a blessing.
Yeah.
Because it led you to the watermelon. Well, no, it was technically another cherry.
Yeah.
Jolly Ranchers are weird. Anyways, dude, that's probably like a Rolls Royce that he dropped it on.
I was gonna say how dirty is your car, bro? You got like 6 cars. There's no way you drive them that frequently.
Yeah. You get them detailed like every day. You have somebody else drive your car for you, my guy. What is going on? Yeah, just be a man. You wear like one pair of shoes once. It's not like you're actually tracking shit into that car. Dude, just eat it. That floor is cleaner than my floor.
I'm just like picturing Drake going into a 7-Eleven. You got a bag of Jolly Ranchers that I can have? Just walks out with a bag of Jolly
Ranchers.
The guy's just like,
is that Drake?
There's no way that's Drake.
There's no way that's Drake.
Here you go. I think that was Drake. Nah, dude, that Drake wouldn't be here buying Jolly Ranchers. I think rich people eat Jolly Ranchers. There's no fucking way.
Dude, he's gonna just go put that in like a bottle of fucking Grey Goose and just like suck them down later.
So weird.
Dude, that's so strange.
So weird.
The funny thing was that on Friday, Megan helped Kurt Russell at her dispensary.
Oh, I saw that on her Instagram. Wait, what dude? The fuck?
She was there, and like the guy came in, and it was just like, all right, Kurt, you're up next, and he like came in, and she was like, that guy kind of looks like Kurt Russell, and like thought about it, and then looked at the thing and saw that his name was Kurt, and was just like
no way.
And Megan's like an old movie like aficionado. That's like her thing. And so she was like trying to like keep her cool while like helping him and stuff. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm just picking some of this stuff for the girls.
Trying not to like say like don't say it.
And she's like in the back of her mind like putting together his entire family tree of just like, oh my god, he's talking about these people.
Oh, and that's wild.
It's like so strange that I'm just like, fucking just Kurt Russell just walks in normal shit. So it's just like, yeah, like I think Drake would just walk into a 7-Eleven, buy some Jolly Ranchers. Why not? Still fucking weird though.
That's so odd.
Still weird. No matter what.
Yeah.
So weird.
That's bizarre.
Rich, famous people doing normal people shit? Yeah. Hell no.
No way.
You hire somebody to do
Absolutely.
that for you. What the hell?
You just order it. You just have it delivered to you.
Yeah. If I can go on Postmates and make somebody go to a Bevmo and bring me like a bottle of alcohol, you can do that for everything.
If we have the means to do that, absolutely Drake is not buying his own Jolly Ranchers.
His fucking LLC's buying him for him and just shipping him to him. 100%. He owns Jolly Ranchers probably.
Holy fuck, I can just picture that. Like, oh my god.
I want to buy a majority share in Jolly Ranchers. And they're like, Drake, I don't think that's a worthy investment. I want a majority share of Jolly Ranchers.
I want to own 51% so we can make all of them cherry.
And they're like, okay, Drake, think about this for a second. Jolly Ranchers is one product that is made by another company. So like we can't just buy Jolly Ranchers.
Look at the Billboard charts.
What Billboard?
Look at the Billboard charts. How many songs are on there with me on them? How many songs?
Like 3?
Yeah. Take the royalties from that one and buy Jolly Rancher stock.
Drake.
Take all of it. I don't want to hear anything else. This is the end of conversation.
Drake gets up and leaves, and they all look at each other and they're just like, so it's like his accountant's just being like, so we invested in like this mutual fund and then we just black it out and write Jolly Ranchers, right? Yeah. And they're like, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And they're like,
sounds good.
They get up, they're all named like Jeremiah.
Just anytime they buy him Jolly Ranchers, they just make sure to like package them separately with only cherries.
And they buy like a printing press. It's like the most elaborate scheme just to make Drake think that he owns Jolly Ranchers. They like have like their own boxes that just like has his face on them. They're called Drakey Ranchers.
Oh my god.
And they like ship them to him, and he's just like,
gaslight the fuck out of this guy.
He's on that plane ride, and he just looks at the guy next to him, and he's like, yeah. Pulls out a cherry. No. And they're just like, does this guy think he owns Jolly Ranchers? Like, why did he make a box of his face on it?
All of his song lyrics are like weirdly related to Hard Candy now.
If we go back and try to overanalyze it, we'd be like, oh wait, I think he's talking about Werther's Originals right there. What the fuck?
Yo, this is when he made the acquisition.
The acquisition. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, I think this is about Tic Tacs. Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh my god.
Dude.
Oh, bro, did he just diss Starburst?
That motherfucker. Did he just say that the pink Starburst are the worst and he likes yellow?
Holy shit.
No. Fuck him.
Holy shit.
He is out of my Spotify playlist.
Oh, man. Just Hard Candy. Just so fucking funny.
That'd be really funny if there's like a rapper devoted. There's our new thing, man.
Hard Candy.
Hard Candy.
Hard Candy. Bro, that would be
you heard it here first,
name.
Everybody.
Hard Candy is such a badass name. Yeah.
And all we do is talk about hard candy.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck chewy candy, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck any other kind of sweetness. Hard candy is where it's
Like,
at.
whenever you're talking about the haters, it's just a different type of candy.
Yeah. Yeah, like, fuck Eminem. And they're like, whoa, he dissed Eminem? No. Shouts out Drake. Jolly Ranchers.
Big ups to Champagne Poppy.
Absolutely. Jolly Rancher Poppy. He's got to change his name on
We
his
should have
thing.
put Jolly Ranchers in these and like let it like seep into the water.
Oh, yeah, sugar.
So it just has like a hint of Jolly Rancher. Well, it'd be much more than a hint.
Yeah, it would be like straight up just sucking down a Jolly Rancher.
Dude, I hate LaCroix.
You do?
Hate it.
No way.
Hate it so much.
Wow.
Because I like
Passionate.
it tastes watered down to me. It tastes like I bought like a raspberry flavored drink and they were just like, we're only gonna put like 75% water in this. Like that's like I feel like there's like the dudes at LaCroix are like in on it, you know? Like they're like, we're gonna give them this, but we're only gonna give them like 30% of it.
It's like,
And that's the thing that pisses me
LaCroix
off
10 years ago used to be like really flavorful, but they haven't bought new flavors since then. They're just using the same one, so they're just squeezing the last they're like, dude, this has been empty for like 10 years. They're like, I know, but
They're like, just
keep
dip
going.
it into it. That's it. Don't squeeze it anymore. Just dip it. All right.
That's what it is. 10 years ago, LaCroix were just like soda, but now they've pivoted because it's healthier and they can avoid any overhead.
Yep. They're just
Holy
like,
shit.
we never need to buy any more sweetener. They're like, it's just, there it is.
There it is.
That's what you get.
Yeah, and now we can say zero sweetener because there's literally nothing left. We're just waving the can around
It's just,
in the
it's
in the
just
jar.
water, and we're taking like those like canned airs. We're just sticking it into them and just spraying it for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a whippet.
just pure nitrous.
Could you imagine? You're just high as fuck, like drinking a LaCroix. Just
Fuck.
like, whoa, dude.
I love LaCroix, man. That shit fucks hard.
Dude, this tastes like a real raspberry.
This
man.
is wild.
And they're all just like, does he know that that's a pamplemousse?
yeah.
They're like, no,
That's
I don't
not
think
even
so.
a raspberry flavor, dude.
They're like, bro, that's not even what that flavoring is. Dude, I think you're having a stroke.
So we need a little midweek update on last week's NFT news. The
Oh, we have some-
record has been shattered, absolutely shattered,
Oh my God.
by Beeple once again.
Let's go, people.
So his everyday's collect. So like before, he originally had the record at like 6 million. Blau crushed that record at like 12 million last week, and then Beeple again at an auction house at Christie's auction house. They were doing an auction online. He sold like a collection of his works for $70 million. That's like 43,000 Ethereum or some shit like that. $70 million. It's crazy. It's blowing my mind.
Here's the question: how much of that money does he get?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Because it's just like, imagine being him as like an artist, right? Like clearly making good money with your art, like doing all this stuff, being able to do this and support yourself. And then imagine a collection of that art going for $70 million.
Right.
Imagine in that like hour that you see that happen, how drastically different your life has just become.
Oh, dude, I know.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
dude.
It was leveling out around 5 million too, and then they said like the last like maybe 20 minutes of the auction, just fucking this guy really wanted it, and he bid like just barely higher, kept getting outbid, and he drove it all the way up to like $69 million.
Dude, imagine
Crazy.
Imagine having enough money to buy something that isn't real for
I know.
$70 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Holy shit. Let's go, people.
Yeah, it's crazy, but like everyone is getting in on NFTs, man. Everyone, like people, not even people who like just make art. It's just like you can sell anything. You can sell anything. There's a streamer who goes by the name of Too Mad, and dude literally took a picture. He's selling them as a pair, but he took a picture of his right boob and his left boob. Dude's pretty chunky, so they're like nice boobs.
Good for him, man.
Yeah.
Got some nice C cups.
And he listed them on this OpenSea, which is like one of the NFT sites. He listed it, trading history. He listed them a couple days ago for $0, right? And then the way it works is it's like an auction, so you bid, and then it's like there's a certain amount of time before it runs out, and then the highest bidder owns it. So then someone placed a bid for 0.01 Ethereum, which is maybe like $100. And then they kept getting outbid. Ultimately gets up to 1 Ethereum, which is like $1,500, right? Then this person keeps getting outbid. Then he sells it, right? And now the current price for just the right one, just the right boob, Too Mad Right Titty 2021 is $9,000, $9,330. It's just a picture of this fat guy's boob.
That is wild, dude.
The left one is also at $9,000. It's owned by the same guy, C2D14C.
It has to be even, man. They gotta keep it even.
So
can't have one be lopsided.
But the thing is, like, he sold it. He sold it for like $5,000. But now this guy who owns it, who owns both of them, C2D14C, he can now sell those again. And now he's asking $9,000 a piece.
Bro, what the fuck?
And that's just how these things get like recirculated and how the price gets driven up.
Oh my god, dude, that's insane. That's fucking wild.
Isn't it? Just like a random streamer. I mean, he's a pretty big streamer, but like he was just like, all right, guys, who wants to buy him? Easy 20K. What the fuck?
Which, like, if you think about it, it's kind of how OnlyFans works.
That's true.
Like, you really, like you take your photos and stuff like that, you throw them up there, you make bank, dude.
Yeah,
like I remember when it was, like, kind of becoming a thing and people were posting, like, you know, their earning statements and stuff from OnlyFans, and people were making, like, $50,000 a month off of just, like, selling nudes and stuff. Which, like, I don't want to detract from that because, like, that is work. That's, like, hard work.
Yeah,
to, like,
sure. Oh, for sure.
Get, like, the angles, like, do the lighting, get, like, makeup and shit right. That's fucking hard work. Mm-hmm. But, like, for them to just, in a way, you just take a photo, upload that photo, make $50,000 off of.
Wild.
Like, just photos and stuff. Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
It's cool, man. I mean, it's a cool business model. It's super...
So, like, could you see, like, OnlyFans going the route of NFTs? Like, do you think, like...
I think if...
Like, sex workers could sell, like, individual photos for, like, an exorbitant amount of money?
Own the original token? I mean, like, I could... Oh, for sure, I could absolutely see that.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. There's no reason why they wouldn't be able to do that. Like, I guess it all depends on... I don't know. I don't even think it depends on anything. I think someone would get off on the idea of owning just the original of, like, someone's work that, like, no one else owns. You know, like, they don't have to be some super famous, like, model or whatever. It's just I literally think that absolutely. This is like a new, but it's crazy because it's such a limited scope of people who can afford these things.
Right. Absolutely.
You know,
it's crazy. Like, after a certain point, like your ROI is like, it bottoms out somewhere.
Right.
Because, like, people just physically cannot buy that, and the people that are in that pool to, like, buy it from certain people are not going to have enough money to do that.
Yeah.
It's just wild.
It's weird. I mean, and it's all crypto, so, like, you know, it's already a pretty high barrier of entry because it's
very expensive.
It's very expensive. One Ethereum's like $1,500 right now, I think. One Bitcoin is almost 65,000 right now. Yeah,
because it broke 60,000 yesterday. I saw that. Jesus, dude.
It's wild. And so, you know, they can sell these things for Ethereum, and then they just hold on to that Ethereum, and it, you know, in 5 years they basically, like, triple the price of what they sold it for. I don't know, man. It's just like it's crazy. It's like a wild business model.
It's so wild. The whole crypto thing is, like, still insane to me.
Yeah.
Like, I love it and I think it's incredible, but it's like you can't get into it unless, like, you have, like, a huge, like, starting amount of money.
Oh, for sure. You can't. I mean, like, what you buy, like, 0.002 Ethereum, nothing's gonna happen.
Right,
you know?
and all you're doing is just, like, trading on the value of other currency. Yeah. So it's like, if one of those fails, everything else fails too.
Exactly.
So it's like it's propped up on, like, this weird balloon that's like, if one thing happens, all of these things are just toast. Yeah. So it's like, it's scary.
It is.
It's very scary.
Yeah. It's crazy, but yeah, it's such a high barrier of entry and high, like, value. Just it's such a isolated market that it's really, like, I don't know. It's really cool that artists go in this direction, I think, but I think there's gonna be a bubble at this point. It's gonna burst, and people are gonna be like, all right, this is fucking insane. Like, this is absurd. What am I doing? You know?
Yeah.
So
it doesn't make any sense. But,
so
like,
we'll see.
Yeah. At the same point, like, the moment that happens and people cash out and it drops even further, then it's like, okay, well, all these people who are just like, oh, it'll come back, you're just fucked.
Yeah.
is wild because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
And it's all on like one or two things. Like you can have like a mutual fund that's valued at like $60,000, but that's a collection of a whole bunch of other stocks and stuff like that. So it's like, there's diversification in there. There is no diversification. So like if it doesn't work, it just doesn't work. So it's weird.
It is.
Whole thing's scary.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people out there making a lot of very good money off of it.
Oh yeah, dude, absolutely. I mean, GameStop went back up to 350 where it crashed before, and now it's hovering around like 270, which is wild. I mean, like I don't know what's happening with the economy right now. I have no.
The only thing that this proves is that it's all made up.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
It's all
made
completely
up. It's all
fake.
made up, and I have no, merit to speak on any of this. I don't have a degree. I don't know anything about anything. It's just like, what the? I've never seen anything like this happen.
Yeah,
ever.
it's all arbitrary and made up so that rich people can just siphon money around.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah,
and
it's wild.
It's just so funny where someone was just like, you know what we should do? We should have a thing where we put little numbers next to little letters, and then we just put money into each other's pockets.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think
People
that
can
boardroom
buy
meeting?
those little letters. Doesn't mean anything. It'll make us richer. It'll make them think they're getting richer, but really, no. Not as rich
But
as
really,
they
they're
make
just kind of always where they started.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. That's like the whole thing, like where Robinhood was like, you get one free stock. And I'm like, okay. I was like,
you could have up to you could get a big contender like Apple or Tesla, and you get like PSEC stock at like $6. It's just like,
right. It's so weird. Like it's just very predatory. Like in most of those things, because it's like normal ass people being like, oh well, this is a good way for me to like invest my money or whatever.
Yeah.
And then all it does is just take advantage of that.
But they don't know anything. Like it's like that's the crazy part is that like how influential the whole like GameStop movement, crypto movement, whatever has been. It's just like people act like it's a guaranteed money printer, which like, if you know what you're doing, sure, it kind of is.
And if you have a lot of money,
and if you have a lot of money to begin with, and you're not afraid to make these big risks, absolutely. But like, people are like taking out mortgages on their house. They're putting their stimulus bills into this shit, and it's just like,
buy food, guys.
My man, yeah.
It's just it just blows my mind. Like obviously, if you have the ability to put that money into it, by all means, it's your money. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But like, there's some people where it's just like, all right, let's think about this.
Yeah.
You are the prime target of this. Like they want you to put your money into this so that you get fucked and they take your money.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's weird because like that's the thing because like a lot of that is like what my brother does like for a living.
Sure.
So like I always ask him and he's just like, dude, you just play the long game.
Yeah.
Like you just put money into it. You put a little bit into it every now and then, and you just let it ride.
Yeah.
It's like
it's
gonna fluctuate
in like 60 years.
Exactly. It's like it's gonna fluctuate. It's gonna fuck up. That's fine. Don't. And then he's like, if doing like investments and stuff with like mutual funds, it's just like those are usually pretty safe. Put in whatever money you are willing to lose. He's like, do not put in anything more because the moment it goes into it, you have to think of it as like a casino. The moment it goes into it, it's gone.
Yeah.
That's just like what you have to think of.
Right.
So like doing it safer and like mutual funds and stuff like that, you're not going to see massive returns, but over the course of 60 years, you're going to be sitting, 50 times what you started with. So like makes sense. But it's like, bro, don't mortgage your house to go buy GameStop stock. What are you doing? It hurts, but
it does.
I mean, it's their lives, it's their money. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
I'm just scared for them.
I'm watching. I'm crossing my fingers, but it's wild.
$70 million.
70 million big ones.
For a render every day, dude.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
It took him like 10 years to get there.
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing that for like 10 years.
I think he had 5,000 every days. It's like 10 years.
That's fucking crazy.
That's cool, dude. That dedication. Like the fucking grind. I mean, obviously he's seen like success and people, he's like kind of like a household name in the digital art community and shit. So he wasn't doing it for nothing.
Right.
But like to slog through 10 years of like, every day just so I can put it on Instagram, just so I can build this portfolio. And then a payoff, dude, like that. Like he wasn't doing it for the payoff. He was just doing it so he could do it. And then, but that's fucking dedication, man.
I think that's that's the thing though, is like if you get into something because you're like, I'm gonna make money doing this,
right?
Versus like, I mean, obviously, like if you pick a career,
right,
you're getting into it to make money, right?
Sure.
That's fair, totally fine. But like a lot of the times, like these side gigs and like these like artistic pursuits and stuff like that, like there are people who get into it to pursue like fame and notoriety and money, sure, whatever. But there's a lot of people who get into it like just because of their passion for that thing. They're like, I want to make this thing because it's something that I want to do and like I want to make. And like that always translates so much better than the people over here because like if you just put in the passion and dedication, like other people feel that and they notice it and they're like, yeah, that's like 100%. That's sick. 100%. And they buy into it. Whereas like someone's just like, yeah, I had like a $50,000 camera and like a $20,000 computer and I had this whole team behind me to do all this stuff. And it's like,
you just throw money at something thinking it'll stick. When it's really like, no. I can talk about this now actually because it's been a year.
Hey.
So I used to be part of this DJ project, which was a fucking huge joke, dude. It's a huge joke.
Dude, I love this story so much.
It was just a big joke. And basically like we wore helmets, like it was this whole anonymous thing. It was called Emoji.
Which is still really funny because in those photos it's like all your tattoos.
Yeah, I know.
Bro.
Like so silly. But like what they did was like this marketing guy had this bright idea. He's like, I want to be a famous DJ, right? Cool, novel idea. And he knows some very wealthy people with, you know, their hands in a lot of like event throwers' pockets and a lot of labels' pockets and shit like that. So they know, they're like, we can get this off the ground. We need music. What's the one thing DJs need? Oh, we should probably put out some music. So they contacted me. Yeah, this is back in end of 2018. They contact me and they're like, hey, you know, they explained the whole thing to me, blah, blah, blah. We basically have guaranteed revenue, guaranteed touring, guaranteed
which is just
whatever.
Never a thing.
Right.
Nothing is guaranteed,
I know,
man.
which was, I was like, fuck, all right. They're like, can you make the music? And I was like, yeah, I can make the music.
Easy.
Yeah. Easy. The kind of music they wanted. Easy. So
wait, what was like the actual, like they were just like, can it be like some Marshmallow-y shit?
Yeah, literally they're like, we're basically trying to copy Marshmallow. And I was like, fucking cool, man. That sounds like it'll work. So they're just like, they threw money at everything except me. They literally would throw money at like last minute flights. The guy so it was me and this other guy, this marketing guy who had all the ideas, who was the brains behind the project.
I like all the air quotes.
Yeah. And he would, you know, he was just not very, like, sure, maybe I'm trying not to you know, be too mean to this guy.
And the thing is, too, is like the dude had like the connections, which is a lot of the times the hard part.
That's really all you need.
Yeah, so it's like, it's kind of the hard part. So like that work had already been done on his behalf. So like, good on him for like seeing that potential and being like,
for sure,
this is something I'm gonna attempt.
He knew the right people to get in touch with. Like for sure, he definitely. Like he runs a marketing company where he knows the exact clientele that he can cater to. He knows what he's doing. He's not a dumb guy. But like his work ethic when it came to like this was just like, oh, it's just a big party, right? Whereas like I'm the one who's making the music. I'm the one who's actually DJing. I'm the one who's like needing to go to sound check, whatever. So it's a job. Like I'm treating it like a professional. Like, okay, we have to make it good. We have to make sure we do well, you know, because already people look at it as a gimmick. Like, oh my god, a masked DJ. What the fuck? Like. So I have to make sure we look as professional as possible. He's treating it like it's a big party, which, you know, from the outside, he's never been in the music industry. It looks like a big fucking party, you know, just drinking all the time, whatever. He'd miss his flights all the time because he was so blacked out. So they would throw money at like just book a new flight. Oh, whatever, last minute flight. Oh, it's fine. They'd throw money at like marketing. They'd, you know, like putting together these huge visuals, like these really cool things. And these like, oh, let's throw money at this to do a Spotify campaign. Let's throw money at this. Never thought to throw money at the person who was making the art,
the actual product,
they would not be able to do. You know, granted, they could easily get ghost producers. It's not hard to make that kind of music. They could pick Joe Schmo out from, you know, a crowd and be like, hey, make me this fucking song, right? But I feel like the value that I brought, besides that, was the ability to like, because half these places we played, I had already played with as Prism. Like I knew these sound guys. I was whatever. Like being nice to a sound guy is
dude,
like
they can fuck you up.
They can fuck your whole shit up. You can get blacklisted. They can fuck up the sound for your show. I've absolutely had experiences with sound guys who they just didn't like us, or something happened. They're having a bad day, whatever. Show went horribly. Right? They run the fucking show. They run the show.
Yeah.
So like I felt like the value that I brought to the project was like me, you know, being professional, being on time, being, you know, saying please and thank you, showing, you know, whatever the fuck, basic shit. But like that shit to like will take you very far.
Yeah.
In the, you know, saying thank you to the tech guys. It sounds silly, but
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? You know. So I thought that was kind of the value that I brought. Anyways, they would throw money at everything except for, you know, for me. They booked me the wrong flights all the time. They don't really give a fuck. It's, you know, like it was very. I have a lot of stories that I can tell at some point, but like it was.
You just start a blog dedicated
Seriously,
to like stories of this.
It was like to the point where literally like he would miss like we had Europe dates. He would miss an international flight home and had to buy a $3,000 ticket, same day ticket back to the U.S., leaving me stranded with nothing else, and then like having to wait for him. Like it was crazy. Anyways, they kicked me out last year because they couldn't afford to pay me anymore, and I was not willing to work for free, and also I had other things that I was working on, aka, you know, like a job and like other things, and I was like, so let me get this straight. Realistically, you're looking for someone who has no other obligations, who will do all of this shit for you for free, and you think what you're gonna find someone like that? How are you gonna do that? And they tanked and failed. They haven't put out music since I left. And obviously the pandemic, so they haven't toured or anything like that. But bro, that just shows you can have as many, like they had, oh my God, dude, they had every connection they would need to succeed. If they had a better idea, if they had whatever, if they had put money in the right places, 100% this could have been a thing. But because they were just throwing money at things and not really like, you know, they didn't care about the art, they just cared about the optics. Fucking crash and burn.
Which is so rough because like I feel like that's a lot of the problem with like people who want to get into like the electronic space.
Yeah.
Because like the actual artists are like, hey, I'm making music that I care about.
Right.
Like this is my body of work. Mm-hmm. I'm putting it out there. Yes, I get to party because I've done like the success. Right. I've done the work to get to this point.
Right.
Cool. I think people don't realize the amount of work that goes into it. And like, I don't want to equate electronic music to like sex work, but I think that's very similar. Like people have the same kind of perspective on it, where it's just like,
for sure.
Oh, you're just taking a photo and putting it online and selling it, like whatever. And it's like, oh, you just like push some buttons on a computer and it just makes you music.
But you don't see the fucking like the hours of work or the hours of marketing.
Exactly.
Totally.
And I think that's the problem. Like, and in this scenario, this guy was just like, I want the end goal without any of the the front work. Which 100%. Like I get it. I like the people want a fast track to success. I fucking get it, man.
Absolutely.
I totally understand that. But it's like you can't it's just not how it works.
Right.
That's just
not at all.
Yeah, it's just not how it goes. So it's like you can't be like, you can talk like shit about them and be like, oh, you know, like they fucked up and everything, but it's like there's like something fundamentally missing there.
Right.
Like he just doesn't get. There's like a trajectory point that he's missing.
Yeah.
And it's weird because this is like, bro, how did you not see that? How did you not see that you were missing the crucial element?
I'm giving him all this advice. I'm like, you guys should definitely do that. Oh, try this. No, they didn't. I mean, because like they didn't see that as an important step. They're like, I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is.
Right. And it's like
big Vegas show. Let's do that. Like I'm like, okay, yeah.
Which is weird because it's like, you know, you guys have like reached a certain amount of success after putting in 8 years of work.
Yeah.
Like that 8 years of work, like you were seeing like steady success over the time, but it's like that was the work that got you to this point. Right. And they're like, we want superstardom. And
I know. We want way past that. Yeah. In a year.
Yeah,
no
dude.
way.
There's no way. In no way, shape, or form, without being incredibly lucky and super talented at the same time, you're not going to have that happen.
No.
That's just wild, dude. It's so wild.
It's crazy.
And it just goes to show that, like, you can throw money at a lot of things and solve it with a lot of money, but not everything can be fixed that way. Yeah. It's weird, man.
Yeah. Facts.
Wow. I'm so glad that that's like a public story now, because
God.
I'm just like, man, this thing's so great. And I was like, somebody needs to hear it.
So good.
It's so good.
I want to like tell the whole story at some point. We'll dive into that at some point.
That would actually be like a very fun video essay.
That would be really fun. But yeah, I mean, long story short, you can't throw money at shit. Like the passion has to be there.
Yep.
Has to be there. It has to, like, it's so easy to like think. I don't know. It just comes across as very disingenuous. Yeah. Like,
Oh,
and people can tell.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't think people can tell, but they can fucking tell.
Yeah, I mean, look at like some of these like famous YouTubers and stuff like that. Like, there's some people who put in, years and years and years of work, and all their comment section is like nothing but like, wow, like you guys are so great and all this other shit. But then you have these other people who are just like making shitty vlogs because they were just like, oh, these other people did it, and they have a huge following, but it's like people shit talking them in the comments.
Their like to dislike ratio is just in the toilet.
It makes no sense, and it's just like you can tell that shit, man. You really can, and it's like. I can look back on stuff that I made 5 years ago, and I'm like, that's complete trash. But like at that time, I was just like,
this is sick.
Yeah, I was like, this was the best thing I could make. So it's like watching that growth, like it's just so nice. Like it's so cool to see that. So it's like, why would you want to skip that?
Yeah.
Like I get it. Like there's a little bit of failure involved with it. Like you're gonna fuck some stuff up. You're not gonna like some of the things you put out. But that's like. That like up and down is like kind of like invigorating for it.
Oh, totally.
So it's just weird. It's just I don't know, man. I get it. I get it. I understand it.
I totally get it.
But
it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work, and it's I don't know. You're just missing out on that like that crucial part of being an artist.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Man. It's just.
I know. It's I know. I get it. But fuck, man. Yeah, it was. Yeah. That's all there is to say about that.
Go listen to the 2 songs that they have on Spotify.
Go listen to Emoji, bro. EMOGEE.
I remember after you like showed it to me, I was like, oh, let's see where they are on Spotify. It was 2 tracks.
There's 2
and I was
tracks.
like, what?
I think one of which I have actually made.
That's so wild.
One of which.
How did you guys even play shows if you didn't have music?
I know. That's what also made it look like a bigger gimmick. They're just like, who are these guys out of nowhere playing these fucking... Like, we had a residency in Las Vegas, dude. Like...
That's so wild.
Like, but we had 1 song out at the time, like 1 fucking song, and I'm like, guys, we should put out more music.
And how many tracks did you kind of like have in your back pocket at this point in time to release for them?
A ton. I probably had like maybe 10 to 12. I'm like, guys, this is a year's worth of like we can do it 1 song a month, constant, like boom, boom, boom. Have like be at the top of these playlists. Like let's keep going. Every month refresh. No, we put out 1 track.
And they just wanted the live performance kind of stuff. That's so wild.
It was, and they were just like, no, we got to hit these markets. We got to hit these college markets. I'm like, yeah, sure, we have to hit these markets, but we have to. What are we going to leave them with?
Right.
Hey guys, listen to our song.
Right.
What are we got to leave them with something, but in 1 fucking song, tie them over to the next touring season? No way, dude.
Yeah, that's so weird.
So
and like,
silly.
Sure, hitting those like college parties and stuff like that. Yeah, cool. That's money that you can put in the bank to then progress everything else.
Right.
Cool. But then like they didn't. I guess
they didn't.
Weird. That's so weird.
They didn't.
I would love to see a documentary of like failed music acts on what went wrong.
Right.
Like kind of documenting that.
Yeah.
Don't steal that. I'm gonna work on that.
Well, doesn't Netflix do something like that? I not specifically with music, but like losers or whatever it's called.
It was like the people. Yeah, it was like the people who like came in second. And stuff like that. Like what happened to them and stuff. Like I'd love to see like music acts that were either like one-hit wonders. Yeah. And then just like faded.
That like had everything that they needed to become successful, but didn't. I would love to see that.
That'd be a super cool thing to like research and kind of look into.
Absolutely. Fuck.
I'm gonna think about that.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
I'm gonna think about that.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Don't steal that. I'll fucking find you. I swear to God.
You have it right here. Minute 57 of the Lunchtime Serenade podcast, episode 42, March 14th, Pi Day, 2021. It's fucking bookmarked. I will NFT this shit.
We will take this to fucking court, dude. I will show them our little podcast and be like, bitch, this was mine.
We have almost 1,000 downloads, baby. We're not a big deal.
We're hitting milestones, baby.
Yeah. So yeah, don't fucking. That's a good idea. That would be really interesting.
That's actually like kind of a cool idea. I'm gonna think about that. Think about that one.
Think about that. Brainstorm it,
dude. I can't ever get in these chairs.
That's really funny. Yeah,
it's so weird.
Kind of shitty chairs, but
it's fine.
It's all right.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Nah,
I rarely sit in them. This is probably the only time a week I sit in these chairs. Truly just got them to fill
It's
out
just a corner of that couch, that chair, and your bed.
Those are the only 3 places I ever sit in this. It's crazy. It's crazy. If I could make like a heat map of like where I am most often, it'd be like 90% fucking 9%, 1%, and then like I guess 0.5%, 0.5%.
It's just like you just put like a sensor in your ass that just like maps out where.
Dude, fuck like, the microchip, bro. I want a heat sensor in my ass.
I want it to catalog like how much pressure is put on my butt at any point in time, and then create a realistic like time frame with like geo-synced points of like where I was.
And then put it on Data is Beautiful, because what else am I going to do with it? Publish a paper?
Exactly.
Like what else? I'm just going to put it for internet points. That's it.
It's like when people are like, this is a heat map of like where I clicked my mouse the most.
Yeah,
and I'm like, bro, why did you
cool,
do that?
Man, why? You probably put so much hours worth of work into making this post, and what you're going to like, oh, here's 5,000 upvotes.
Like, cool, man. You made it to like the second thing on Data is Beautiful. Like, cool, I guess. What's going on? It's so funny, dude.
Well, I mean, what a week it's been, man. What an episode. This is a fucking banger of an episode. I've been getting a bunch of calls that are from the Social Security Administration. Like 3 a day, dude. And I decided I was fucking done with it. And so instead of just like pressing one, be like, hey, can it be taken off your list? I play along with it. And 2 days ago, I got a call. And it's always like this like pre-recorded like, hi, this is the Social Security Administration. And we have noticed that some fraudulent activity has been detected on your account. Like, it's like, press 1.
First of all, who's committing fraud on your Social Security account?
Just like your Social Security has been like compromised.
You can't even pull from it until you're like, it's not even your worry.
Like they say the most outlandish shit just to get you to like press 1 to talk to their associate. And then the associate's always like, hi, Social Security Administration, heavy accent. And I'm like, oh, hey, what's this call about? I got this call. And they're like, what are you calling us about? I'm like, you called. I was like, I just got a call.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, what? They're like, but what are you calling us about? I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I don't know. I was like, something about my Social Security benefits being suspended.
That guy did not fucking figure out what was going on.
All. Yeah. I was like, all right. I was like, I don't know, something about my. And I
just didn't expect him to call back.
Is you always hear the Skype tone, the boop, right when they answer, and it's just like, all right, fucking. So,
so you just clearly know it's already being routed. That's so funny.
So, I'm like, I don't know, something about my Social Security benefits, and he's like, okay, what's your Social Security number? Like, just flat out, they're shameless at this point. What's your Social Security number? And I was like, all right, are you ready? He's like, yeah, I'm ready. I was like, okay. And I proceeded for 2.5 minutes to say numbers. Just for 2 minutes. Like, Social Securities are like nine digits. Yeah, 9 digits.
3, 2, and 4.
Yeah. And I probably said close to 200 digits. I was like, are you ready? 8, 1, 8, 4, 6, 9, 3, 4.
And the dude just didn't pick up on it.
He didn't say shit for 2.5 minutes.
And he didn't hang up on you either?
Oh, and I was like, did you get that? Dude. And he's like, could you repeat it back to me? And I was like, sure. And I was like, obviously I don't fucking remember what I said. So I started saying different. So I was like, 0, 1, 3. He's like, no, sir. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you're reading a different number. And I was like, this motherfucker wrote down exactly what I said. I was like, oh, sorry. I was like, you want my Social Security number? That's my Amex. Okay, hold on. Let me get you my actual Social Security number. I was like, are you ready? He's like, yeah. And so this time I start writing down the numbers. Go for another 2 minutes. I'm like, 1, 8, 9, 3, whatever. And I was like, did you get that? And he's like, could you read it back to me to confirm? And I'm like, yeah. And I read it back verbatim because I written it down as I was saying the numbers. And I was like, is that good? And and at this point, I think the guy was in on it, right?
Like, he would have to be,
He
dude.
was,
you would have to, if you're going to run a scam, you need to know how many numbers are in this thing, right? Like, that's the basis of your research that you're going to do, right?
Yeah, so at this point, it's been 10 minutes on the call with this guy. And I'm like, did you get all that? I've been reading it back, and he's like, no, sir, could you read it back again? So now he's fucking with me. Right now he's wasting my time. I'm like, oh, you motherfucker, you flipped the script on me.
But I mean, at the same time too, every minute that you're holding this guy up, he's not scamming somebody else.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That's kind of a good thing.
That's true. So I read it back one more time, and he's like, I didn't get one of those numbers. Could you start again? And I'm like, this guy. I was like, I gotta give him props. I was like, all right, hey, man, have a good day, whatever. He's like, yeah, you have a good day. And I'm like, okay, cool, fuck yeah. So then I get another call later in the day.
Was it the same guy?
No, it wasn't the same guy, but it was the same Social Security Administration. And they're like, okay, what's the last 4 of your social? And I was like, oh, they're okay. They don't ask for the last 4. So I gave them 4 random digits. But I remembered. I was like, 2181. And she's like, okay, what was your name? And I was like, Peter. And they're like, what's your last name? Dinklage. And they're like, okay, 1 sec. And they look it up and they're like, are you the actor? And I was like, no, I get confused. I was like, same name, but I'm not the actor. Whatever. And they're like, okay, well, 1 sec. Let me look it up. And then they're like, can you verify the last 4 again? And I was like, yeah, sure, 2181 or whatever I said. And I made sure to say the exact same numbers. And she's like, it's not coming up. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, those are definitely the last 4. I was like, I can give you the full Social Security if you want. She's like, yeah, give me the full one. Give her the full Social Security
She was
number.
like, let's go, dude.
Give her the full one. She's like, couple, like, silent for a little bit. She's like, did you know Peter Dinklage was in Game of Thrones? And I was like, what? I was like, yeah.
She's like trying to make fucking small talk with
like,
you.
yeah.
She's trying to scam you out of your entire fucking identity
I was
while
like, I
being
had
like,
no idea. I was like,
hey,
she's
did
like,
you see the last episode of Game of Thrones?
what'd you think about that, man? The guy getting the throne with the game? This shit was wild. I'd never seen it.
Oh god, that's so funny.
And I was like, she's like, do you like the actor? I was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
He was great in Elf.
Yeah, I was like, what do you want me to say? And then she's like, you verified the last 4 again. I was like, what the fuck kind of scam is this? I'm like, yeah,
not
sure,
a very well thought out one.
Yeah. And then she, at this point, I think she had caught on. She's like, I don't know, nothing's coming up in my system. And I'm like, okay. I was like, can I have your Social Security number? And, she had asked me again, can I have your Social Security number? I was like, can I have your Social Security number? And she said, I don't have a Social Security number. And I was like, what do you mean? It's like, I'm an immigrant. I don't have a Social Security number. I was like, how did you get a government job?
I was like, you get it when you become a citizen.
I was like, what are you doing? Yeah, I was like, how did you get a job at the IRS or at the Social Security Administration? She's like, I found it on Backdoor, which is like...
Which is not the website you think it is.
Yeah, no. And I was like, what? And at that point, I just burst out laughing. I was like, that was pretty funny. And then she starts laughing, and I was like, okay, have a good day. She's like, you too. And I was like,
you're just like, we're just calling it here, bitch. Like, we're out of here.
Fucking fun. Oh, holy shit. Yeah, I found it on Indeed or something. Just like some random shit like that.
God. Do you really think the IRS is fucking posting on Indeed?
Man, there's no way.
Dude, that's so funny.
It was so good. So couple of wholesome interactions with scammers. Because normally when you fuck with them, they get pissed, dude.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, fuck you, wasting my, like, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. They played along with it for like 5 to 10 minutes.
That's so wild, man. That's so weird. There's like an entire like YouTube channel of a dude who like he like reverse engineers their script and like fucks with them.
It's so good.
It's so incredible.
Is it the guy who does it like on the computer?
Yeah.
Like Kit Boda or whatever.
Yeah.
So good.
It's just so interesting.
It really
how,
is,
like,
man.
Like one person just kind of like watch this shit happen and then sit back and be like, wait, no, I get this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me fuck with it. It's funny.
There's this podcast. I can't remember the name of the podcast, but essentially like they do like these very deep, in-depth stories, like, and, a lot of research and like very like scripted episodes, very whatever, but like very intentional. Mm-hmm. And they had like, they got on a call with a scammer or whatever, and they decided to like, follow up, lead, whatever the fuck. So they got in touch with a bunch of people and they kind of figured out essentially like this whole 45 minute episode is telling us like how they got in touch with this scammer and they like figured out where he worked and whatever. And when they remoted into his computer again, the same guy, he made sure to connect to the same guy. When he remoted into his computer again, the guy's background was a picture of like this guy and his family, or whatever, or some shit like that. And he's like, do you recognize these people? And he's like, freaks this guy out, like totally freaks him out, or some shit like that.
That's wild, dude.
Well, so cool.
Yeah, the one that I remembered was like, it was like all of these companies were getting traced to like this one building. Yeah. And so he like was able to hack into like their like security system and like was watching the dude like on the phone scamming him in real time. Wild. And was just like telling him what to do.
So cool, dude.
Dude, it's so funny. And it's like bizarre. It's wild that shit like still happens and people still fall for it. That's like lucrative enough to have an entire company based around that. It's wild, dude.
I know, dude. It really is. But the thing is, like, I've heard that, like, the ones that are like, oh, there's a virus on your computer, like, here, send us $300 and we'll give you like 2 years of tech support or whatever. Like, they actually give you tech support. Like, but there's not a virus on your computer, but like, you can actually call their number and they'll see you as a paying customer in their database, and like, they'll like check on your computer or whatever. So that's not like a total scam. I mean, it's a scam,
right?
But like, they'll actually like be your customer service rep for like the next 2 years or whatever. It's wild.
The dude actually comes in and like clears up malware for you and leaves. It's like, wait a minute, what?
It's wild.
That's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit. What a fucking time to be alive.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'd love to learn the mechanics of
Me
that.
too.
It's so interesting.
I'd love to like, that would be a cool documentary as well. Like inside
cool.
like different scamming operations and seeing like how they do that.
Yeah.
It's another good one.
That'd be cool.
Probably already exists, but also don't take that one.
Don't take this
Please.
episode. No, nothing can be taken from this episode. We will find you. We have
this is copyrighted information with this
tokenized. Unless you buy our NFT for this episode, we will list this on the blockchain. And if you buy it, sure, we're gonna list it for 7 Ethereum.
Oh my god.
So like $15,000, and then you can have our IP. Sure, I don't give a fuck. But until you buy this, no, this is our idea.
Nick will find you.
I'll find you.
He'll fucking read you 47 digits of his social security number.
Absolutely. I will. I'm unrelenting. You think I got nothing to do all day, baby? I'll be on the phone with you all day.
Remember that heat map of his ass? Yeah, he
right
has
there,
nothing
bitch.
to do. That's it. He's gonna be right there. We'll have the heat map available for you as well. That will also be on the blockchain.
Real time. Yeah.
We'll just sell that.
Where I sit in my house. That could actually look kind of tight. Like if you had like a blueprint and then like like a thermal map. That would look kind of sick actually.
You have it like footsteps too.
Dude,
so it's like where like you step the most.
If you can sell a picture of just like a bathroom selfie of your right and left boob, you can list anything, dude. Fuck it, I'm gonna try to list like some random shit on the NFT this weekend.
Let's see what happens.
Let's just see.
That'll be a good like a documented period of time.
We'll touch base next week or the following week, and I'll let you know. I'm just gonna list some stupid shit.
We'll do Nick's NFT update as a segment each week, and it's just like so that picture of my light switch did not do very well this week. It's still just kind of sitting at like 0.
No bids at all, which is weird. Meanwhile, the heat map in my ass. Oh my god, that's up to like 2-3 Ethereum right now. The bid ends in 20 minutes, so go get them in now.
I've made so much money off of my ass print, dude. Oh my god.
People want to buy shirts with my ass on them, but just the heat map.
It's that picture I took of you in Sedona. We just oh
man,
dude, that'd be so funny.
Holy shit. Yeah, we'll do an NFT update next week. I'll see if I'm gonna list some just inane shit.
Just dumb shit.
Yeah.
Dude, pick like a song that you made in like freshman year of college that like you never finished or anything. List that and just see what happens.
Absolutely. Dude, fuck it.
That'd be so funny.
Honestly, fuck it.
Yeah, why not?
What do I have to lose? Nothing.
Why not?
Yeah.
If it's been sitting in a folder for that long, fuck it. Like you're probably not gonna go to it.
No. Oh my god, that's all right. Fuck it. I'm gonna do that this week. I'll let you guys know next week.
Hell yeah.
Wow. What an episode, dude. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. We had a lot of laughs. We had a lot of good ideas. A lot of brainstorm sessions. And yeah, we just hope your week is going great. We hope you buy low and you sell high.
Always.
And we will see you next time. Middle of the day.
Middle of the week. Peace.